stupid. So I get a butterfly rash here and my skin gets really irritated. And then I do my hair and the oil gets down in there and it's just a whole bad mix. And, you know, there's a lot of stress relievers that I am not having right now. So there's that. Page 142 of y'all OTP, y'all. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. This is good, y'all. Thank you. Something is sticking me. A nail. Look at that. A nail tip. Y'all see, I need to put some lotion on. I'm not doing none of that. I've been up since 3 o'clock this morning. Good morning, Nakisha, Marisha. Oh, sure. We got Nakisha and Marisha. Felicia, Nakisha, Marisha, Felicia. It's the Black folks in the house this morning. I know that because there's some Ishas and Rishas around and stuff. You hear me? And Keishas and Nishas and all of that. It is. So
good morning, how are you?
Good morning. How are you?
I'm fine.
Good morning. I'm good, y'all. I'm about to go make me some coffee real quick. Hi, Pumpkin. Hi, TT, baby. Oh, I love your hair. You is pretty. Hi, Sting.
Hey, good morning.
Ooh, it's so, I love it. Okay, y'all. So we in book on page 142 of our OTP book 1. It should be Enoch, and it, you know, depending on your edition, it might be a couple pages over.
I'm getting my book today.
Are you? It comes?
Yes, I'm going to Barnes and Nobles to go get it today.
Oh, shoot.
Yes,
are you excited?
Because I've been selling my candles and my bath salt, and I want to send you a self-care box.
Okay. Well,
so
you.
Please, if someone can put the P.O. box in, and I'll show it to you real quick. I'm going to send it to you.
Okay, thank you. Y'all see,
I know you be saying, oh, you tired, you need to relax, you be tired, you be going so hard. So it's this is one of the boxes. It's a bath bomb, and it has the soothing candle with the relaxing bath salt and body oil. Okay,
well, we might have to have you do some of our gift bags for our meet and greets. Maybe we can do a couple. You can do, we ain't gonna do a whole bunch. We're gonna have some prizes, girl, you know, for who participate. But maybe we'll go ahead and I'll get with you and we'll see if we can do that and see, you know, okay?
Okay.
All right, that's gonna be cool. So that way, y'all, when y'all go to read and y'all do y'all little reading, you can have a beautiful handmade candle with bath salts from one of our sisters. Yes, let's do it. Yes, thank you, Miss Marisha. And y'all, if y'all want to get with her, if she's in the Zoom right now, y'all can get with her. She makes handmade things. So, if y'all want to get with her, good morning, Mr. John. Oh, there go my TT baby. Have I not seen you in a long time? Good morning, Mr. John. Oh, there go my TT baby.
Good morning.
Have you been here, Tamia? You
ain't been here. Hello, everybody.
I haven't been in the Zoom, but I've been watching your videos off like YouTube and TikTok.
Okay. All right. Because I was about to start calling out some names. There's a few people I ain't seen. You don't be skipping class, boo. See, this is why I need y'all addresses for real, because I'm going to pull up on y'all. Y'all going to be sitting outside one day.
No, ma'am.
Because y'all know I don't got no vehicle. No, so I'm going to be walking up. I'm not going to be driving. I'm going to be walking.
When I see you coming, I'm going to have some coffee ready for you. I know how to meet you.
Yeah. Matter of fact, let me go do that now. Thank you for reminding me. Good morning, everybody. So, y'all, if y'all have y'all OTP, I need you to go to page 142 or so. It should be like the 25th or 24th chapter of the second book of Enoch, y'all. We about to dig in. It's going to be good. And yes, we skipping over the mythological gods because guess what? I get to give y'all tidbits and then God gets to take y'all back to y'all notes like he do me later on. And y'all get to put a 2 and 2 together and get a 4 when I ain't even around. Y'all know that? That's when I'm just here dropping seeds of all kinds. Yes. So are y'all coming to the Zoom? That's what I want to know. Are you guys coming? Okay.
May I ask? I'm sorry. May I ask, how do I get the PDF?
You can go to the library and download it.
Okay.
Or can somebody put the link in there for her, please?
Thank you.
Does anybody have the link to for Mr. Carna? And then it'll be page 1. Well, in the PDF, I know.
Thank you for saying my name right. I'm sorry.
Girl, I try to work on it because my real name is different and people always get it wrong. And I don't always, because I call Miss Jocelyn, and she said it's Jocelyn every time. It's Jocelyn. And she was Jocelyn for a good 2 months now, but I got it. It's Jocelyn. I'm learning, y'all. Good morning, everybody.
As soon as you said her name, she popped up.
Who? Jocelyn? Jocelyn, we was just talking about you. I told him I called you Jocelyn for I don't know how long, and you said it's Jocelyn. It's Jocelyn.
I was for a minute there. I decided to hop on over here.
It's Jocelyn. I said Jocelyn. She said it's Jocelyn every time. Clean and quick. I ain't even gonna have to keep telling you. You gonna learn my name. Say it right. Good morning, y'all. If y'all got y'all OTP or whoever has the PDF of it, can y'all tell us what the PDF number is? Because I know the PDF number is always different from. They've posted the Zoom link in the comments, y'all. I'll be right back, y'all. I gotta go make me some coffee. Or maybe I don't need none. I'm gonna try without it. We gonna see.
Auntie Cerca,
Yes, ma'am.
you said it was page 142?
142. And if you have the book, it's 142. But then it might be off a little bit, y'all, because y'all know different editions. They add or the lettering was smaller or bigger and all of that stuff. I am gonna make my coffee, but I had 2 bags of black tea already, so I'm gonna wait for that to kick in because I just drank the last of it. So I might need to wait because I don't want no headache. So
Does chapter 25 start at God explains?
huh?
Sorry.
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Go ahead.
No, I was just trying to make sure I was in the right place in the book on chapter 25. That's all. Sorry.
We'll do chapter 24. Let's do chapter 24. So it'll be page 140. Just 2 pages back. Cause I don't know if y'all know this, but there's 2 different renditions of Enoch. So the J version and the A version. We're gonna be reading the J version, but I might skip over to the A version, but y'all don't have to. I might just do it for reference, okay? So if you're reading it out of the book, it should say about the great secrets of God, which God revealed and related to Enoch, and he spoke with him face to face. That is what the first part of what you're reading should say. Y'all see that?
And what book is that?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
It's the second book of Enoch. So not Enoch 1, Enoch 2, and then chapter 25. And if you have the PDF, can y'all share the number that it is on the PDF? Good morning, SB. I was just thinking about you. I was just thinking about you. I was just thinking about you, SB. Good morning. I haven't seen your face either. Good morning, y'all. Good morning, everybody. I'm telling y'all, I'm trying to get everybody faces. That's why I be wanting y'all to come to the Zoom so I can learn y'all voices. It might take me a minute. Okay. So this is really good. Please get your pen and paper out, y'all, because everybody be asking, well, how did they know that Adam and Eve, and who was there to record all of this stuff that was happening when it wasn't no humans, right? And then we wonder about the giants and how they have these magical abilities, and it's all these different things. I just want to say something that's a little vain, but y'all, I could finally see the purple in my hair in the light, and it looks pretty nice. I just want to say that. I didn't know it was looking like that because I be in this hair. In the house, it'd be dark. I don't be having the lights on. Good morning, y'all. I'm just saying. So, so we know that God is getting ready to tell Enoch, y'all, all this stuff that happened prior to human existence. Did y'all know that it was stories about that? Not just, and he created, but the beings, the principalities, the angels that have eyes of fire that Adam and Eve were so scared of as to why they kept fainting all the time every time they showed up. I ain't gonna do it because of my knees, but y'all know we all was sick of Adam, our great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather. We was sick of him, right? So It says, and the great secrets of God, which God revealed and related to Enoch, and he spoke with him face to face. Face to face, Enoch talked to God. We are told that the only person that saw God or was whatever was Moses. Remember, he got to see God's back parts. But no, Enoch was translated into a different form and then translated back. You know who else says that? The scientific community, when they say that people were taken by aliens and probed and studied and taught things and then sent back to Earth. Don't they tell us that about the aliens and the people that they abducted? Ain't that what an alien abduction is?
Pretty much.
Right? That's what they said. Okay, so then we know where the first alien abductions came from. They came from Enoch and Elijah and different people being taken from the earth to a different place and then brought back. Those are the first alien abductions, or as we should start calling them, celestial abductions. Because the angels are from the stars, as we're getting ready to find out today. So here we go, y'all. Go to the next page. And mind you, as we're reading, it's always going to be flip over because we reading J. I'm going to sit down. I hope y'all okay with it. All right. Get my water up here. I got to start to get my water. Okay. Chapter 25 now, y'all. We should be on page 142. It's in OTP book 1. Page 142, which is the second book of Enoch, and it should be the rest of the 24th chapter and the beginning. It's already in the comments, y'all, if y'all want the Zoom, or you can go to Cerca Trova 22.com and look for the Zoom link. It's there. All right. So it says, and the Lord called me, and he said to me, so first of all, write down that the Lord called him. Y'all always hear somebody calling y'all name, or y'all be hearing stuff. It ain't always a scary name. So we know that God does call you by name. So it ain't always demons, but you need to decipher which spirit it is when you hear your name called and ain't nobody around you called you. Okay? Always decipher what spirit that is and ask God to give you discernment to understand. Okay? All right. He said, Enoch, sit to the left of me with Gabriel. So it goes God, Enoch, and then Gabriel on the left. Where does Jesus sit? Who knows where Jesus sits?
At the right hand of the Father.
Oh, did they ever talk about who sat at the left?
No.
No.
But now we know who does. Enoch and Gabriel. So it goes from right to left. It would be Jesus, God, Enoch, and then Gabriel. So that's a court. That's like when you go to court and they have all of the judges up there. When it's multiple, what is that called? Like a grand jury? That's a grand jury, right? When it's all of the people up there. Am I wrong? When you go in front of a grand jury, isn't it like multiple judges? Do y'all know? I don't know. Is it? Oh, okay. Okay. So it's like a grand jury. It's like Jesus's court, God's court. He always talks about the courts and the hierarchies of the kingdoms and things like that. So there are orders that we cannot see, y'all. So write down principalities, powers. Write down principalities and powers, because that's about to be very important. Okay. Okay. So he said, and I did obeisance to the Lord, and the Lord spoke to me, Enoch, beloved, whatever you see and whatever things are standing still and moving about were brought to perfection by me, and I myself will explain them to you. God don't explain himself to nobody, but he explained himself to Enoch. And that's how Enoch got 366 or 365 books in less than 60 days. Isn't that amazing? Wouldn't you feel special that the God of all universes and everything that we can see and cannot see chose a human you, a human person made of dirt, his own creation, to sit and whisper in your ear, say, oh yeah, man, see, I took that flower and put that flower together. And then I thought about, I don't know if I really want to do that. This is too late, I had already made it. This is how he talks to him, because Enoch was his friend. He said, I'm tired of sending angels to tell you what I want to say. You know what? Just come up here with me. You could just sit right on the other side of me and I'm going to show you. How would you like to be God's best friend? Y'all say my best friend. But Enoch is God's best friend. Abraham is another one of his friends, but Enoch is literally God's best friend. He told him everything. Y'all, do y'all know he even told Enoch about all of us being in this Zoom and on live and on YouTube and in this conversation right now? This is how your book has already been written. Enoch is the person that got to write all of our books. Isn't that crazy? All right, look, it said, before anything existed at all. What does that mean? Before anything existed at all, it was nothing. The darkness, the outer. Where do y'all know that from? What TV show? Somebody chime in.
Outer space.
Somebody just say it. Huh?
Outer space.
Well, outer space is the spiritual show right now.
Supernatural?
Supernatural. There's a being called the outer or the darkness, right? There's a being called the darkness, and he shows up as a trickster, right? So look at this. Before anything existed at all, and from the very beginning, whatever existed, I created, from the non-existent, and from the invisible, the visible. I need y'all to write that first sentence down. Before anything existed at all, and from the very beginning, whatever exists, I created, from the non-existent, and from the invisible, the visible. The never-ending story did have the darkness. The nothing was coming.
The black abyss, like an abyss?
Yes. Yes, the nothing is coming. Oh my God. Peter Pan had the nothing too. Y'all know who else kind of had the nothing? Caroline. When she was erasing, but she could just go and erase everything and nothing was there anymore. The nothing. Outer Limits. I don't think I've ever seen Outer Limits. I don't know what that is. But so think about this. Do y'all remember when I told y'all and I said, once upon a time had the darkness? Oh yeah, it was erasing. New show, The Legacies. So how is it, y'all, that all of these show, you trying your Zoom, does anyone else have the code? It's in the comments, y'all. Supernatural, exactly. And do y'all see how darkness is a being? It could be darkness, but then it could be a being, and it has a name. Charmed, it's on Charmed too. I didn't know. Okay, so look, y'all. I was trying to give y'all time to write. Y'all still need a little
I'm sorry,
bit
you
more
know, you want to know what I noticed about the darkness? It only affects those that have superpowers. It don't mess with the regular humans.
And what show is that?
Like Once Upon a Time and stuff.
Okay. So see, what are we writing? You're writing before anything existed at all. So you're I don't know which verse that is. I think it's like 2. Before anything existed at all, from the very beginning, whatever exists, I created, from the non-existent and from the invisible, the visible. So y'all hear me say all the time, y'all, that man can't create nothing. Because everything that we create comes from something that was already created. There is absolutely no actual new invention of anything, because without the things that God created, like rubber and rocks and metals and flowers to dye clothing and fruits and vegetables and trees and seeds, we would not have the ability to make anything that we make, because he had to create the foundational things for us to use to call ourselves created. Does that make sense? So if we didn't have rubber trees, we would have never created hair bands and tires and all of the other things that rubber is used for. If he had never created the rocks and placed metal down in them, we would never even have the cell phones we have, or the vehicles, or most of the things that we see around us that contain metal, any type of alloy, copper, aluminum, whatever it is, iron, whatever, chrome, all of those things. So he had to create those things in order for us to create. But then we have the nerve to get prideful, y'all, when we do something and get puffed up and think we don't need God no more, when the only way we can create is to use stuff that he created that had never even existed before. You're not creating anything if you have to use his egg and his sperm or his rubber tree or what are you creating? Because you have to take something that he already made and change the form of it for it to work for you. So what are you creating, really? Nothing. Because if he didn't give you the foundational tools to do it, you couldn't be a creator, an inventor. Even with our speech. Oh, I came up with a new word. No, because he went through the alphabet in every language and made sure, because he is the word one. So you really technically haven't created a new word either, because he already knew that every sound and just like, okay, y'all, look at this now. And I'm just going to say this and then we're going to read. Think about how many people had to be moved around in order to make you. From the beginning of time until now. Think about how many people had to be moved around for your parents to meet, for people to be born, for somebody to be born under the wrong name, to be moved over here to create you. Nothing was by accident. Your parents did not just bump into each other. They didn't just hear a song and think, oh my God, I'm going to name my child that. God said, I knew you before you were formed in your mother's womb. Well, if you study mitochondrial DNA, you will realize that I was in my mama when she was in my grandma. And so on and so forth. We've been there since Eve. But think about how many different variations with one woman. I got 4 children. To make one child, God knew if I made it with every single man on this planet, what that child would come out like. That's the variables he knows. So there are some people that try to conceive and it won't happen ever. And then both of those people can leave each other 1 month in a new relationship and both of them conceive. It happens all the time. And would you like to know why? Because that is not the person that God destined to be on this planet. Even though you love them and you want to conceive with them, that is not the 23 chromosomes that God needs for the person that he's trying to bring here. It's not about you. You're just a carrier, both male and female. Y'all want to know how I know it happened 4 times for me? I said, what the? I did not want to care about this person. He don't want to care about me. We don't want to care about each other. The person I've been with and loved and he loved me, we couldn't conceive. It's like that in business. There are people that you try to start businesses with That is conceiving something. You have to birth an idea, y'all, something that was not there before. Two people have to come together with an idea and finances or whatever it is. So you all are birthing a new business and you keep trying to do that with somebody and God won't let that venture happen. It's because they know they're going to be a shiesty baby mama or daddy over y'all business. And eventually be trying to ruin it because they bitter. So he won't let you birth things with people that he knows that are going to try to destroy it. You think you know them, but the Bible says you don't know nobody unless God reveals them to you. Just like how we gonna keep reading. God took things that had never been created, never thought of because there was nothing but him. And people say, who made God? Y'all, that's like a car asking us who made us. Or a toaster saying, well, who made you? Who made you? What? Y'all car, when you get in your car, don't it just, you put the key in and it do what it's told to do. Now, sometimes cars act out and they don't. Right? But to cars, we would just have always been. If cars became cognitive, to them we would be gods because we just always been. Right? Or to a toaster or whatever invention becomes we would be gods to them if they became cognitive because we've just always been around. Okay? So God has just always been. We had a start. He never did. He created us because he didn't want to be by himself. He was like, yeah, I've been around for a gazillion, bazillion, gazillion years. I don't even know. Trillions and trillions. I think I'll just make some people. But before he made people, he made other things. So let's talk about what he made and what he made them out of. All right. He said, I'm going to explain myself to you, even though I don't explain myself to nobody. Right? He said, listen, Enoch, and pay attention to the words of mine, for not even my angels have I explained my secrets, nor related to them their origin, nor my endless and inconceivableness as I devise the creatures, as I am making them known to you today. So God didn't even tell his angels how he made them or anything else that he made. And they was his first kids. The angels didn't even know how they were made. But he decided to tell Enoch. Ain't that crazy? Yeah. Anyway. All right. He said, as I am making them known to you today, for before any visible things had come into existence, I, the one, moved around in the invisible things like the sun. Now, let me ask y'all a question. The sun is what shape?
Round.
Okay. And the sun goes in a what on an axis? A circle. And God said, I moved around like the sun before the sun was even existed. So in our reality, God was thinking of making a sun. He moved the way, thank you, Jesus. He moved the way that he wanted the sun to move. And then the sun just still moves like that right now. Ain't that crazy? He said, I moved like the sun moves now. Because the sun wasn't created yet because it wasn't nothing. But when he thought to create it, as soon as he formed the pattern of where he wanted the sun to go in the darkness, even though the light had not been shed on it, it was created and it started following him in his orders. Y'all mute your phones, please. Y'all. Oh, Lord. Hold on. Let's see. Okay. Okay. So he said, I, the one, moved around in the invisible things like the sun, from east to west and from west to east. But the sun has rest in himself, yet I did not find rest, because everything was not yet created. How is something that, how are you talking about something that ain't been created yet? Do y'all see how powerful God's words and mind are? And this is why he tells us that our thoughts create our life in the darkness. God was in the dark when he was thinking about a big ball of fire and how it was going to move. And he started moving the way that he wanted that to move. And he created it in his mind. And when he turned on the lights, the sun was there. Isn't that crazy? He thought it, we couldn't see it. He turned the lights on, and the light, our lights, couldn't even show until he told it to show. The light that'll burn our retinas right now could not show in God until he said, let there be light now. And now you can see it. He's already thinking about the main star that was going to keep our planet living. Because the sun feeds the plants and the animal, it feeds everything, right? If you don't have vitamin D, you can get real sick. And you get that mostly from the sun. Okay. He said, and I thought up an idea of establishing a foundation to create a visible creation. I thought up the foundation for the visible because the invisible is already here. Then it says 25, y'all. God explains to Enoch how the visible and the invisible come down from the very lowest darkness. What did I tell y'all? Everything started in the dark. Babies start in the dark. Our thoughts start in the dark. Evil thoughts of the heart, thoughts in the heart. It's dark. You can't see it. Your mind, if you having dirty thoughts, it's dark in there. You can't nobody see that. The child you carrying or that you have conceived with someone else, you can hide that for a very long time because it's in the dark. But once that baby comes to the light, baby, ain't no more hiding it. And once you say whatever you was thinking, baby, it's in the light. Ain't no more hiding it. The things that are in the invisible, y'all, come forward to the visible. Your thoughts and your words become actions. We get that from God. He thought it, he said it, and then it was created. Thought it, said it, created. So put this on yourself. If I think it and I say it, I've created it and I can't take it back because it's already out now. That could be good or bad. If I thought it and I said it, I created it. Because God gave us the same power that he had right here. Y'all want to talk about y'all gods, but what are you speaking into? What are your words creating? Is it creating more drama, more pain, more chaos, more darkness, or light in people's lives? So do your thoughts and your words and your actions cause pain or joy and happiness? Because everybody got to think about their actions. Because your actions become thought because you think, I want a hamburger. You say, I want a hamburger, and then your body follows. You go get a hamburger or you make one. It's like that with every single thought that you have. This is why we are going to be judged for our thoughts first, because we get that from our dad, because he created with thought, y'all. And then he said it, and then it was. All right, we on page 144. He said, and I commanded the lowest things, let one of the invisible things descend visibly. What does that mean? He said, and I commanded the lowest things, let one of the invisible things descend visibly. He called something that was not to be. Again, he thought about the foundation and then started working on how he was going to do it, and called the beings that nobody could see because they hadn't been created. He just spoke them up and they was there. And then they came and they did their thing. And guess what he said? And Adoil descended. Go Google Adoil, please. And I'm going to make me some coffee. And for you read-alongers, because I know y'all already read ahead, go ahead and look up descended and extremely and large. So look up invisible, descended, Adoil, extremely enlarged. Right? All of those things down, please. Good afternoon, y'all. I'm about to go make me some coffee. Oh, y'all got some good news. So I did the intro for the podcast today. So the podcast is up and running. I haven't done a whole show yet, but the podcast is up and running. We on Anchor, and I'm trying to figure out how to share it on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and some other. They said I guess they'll distribute it, but I did post it on the website, and I posted it in some videos on TikTok and YouTube. And I think it's on the app too. I posted a link on the app as well. It's on the app. So I posted a little thing on there. So if you have the app, you can click on the Anchor thing, and then I guess it'll give you other options to listen to it. But and then I'll have to learn how to let y'all call in and talk. But I am gonna be playing these sounds on you and clicking to the next caller. So if you overtalk your stay, then don't be mad because I'll be hanging up on people. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so did y'all look up Adoil? Who is Adoil, y'all? Somebody say it.
Is it light?
Is it?
A form of light, but also a form of darkness. And how's that? Could it be like black light? Like a dim light? Or like dusk, maybe? Who knows? I don't know. All right, I'm going to make some coffee. Look up descended, extremely large, and write those definitions down for me, please. And then think about the outer and the darkness and all of the other shows that we were thinking about and how massive they say black holes are.
Okay, so I'm not gonna lie, I'm over here struggling trying to figure out where she at on the PDF. Can somebody please help?
Page 144.
She's on the PDF, so it's probably like in the 200s or something. PDF numbers are different from the book numbers.
So is it in we're in the first book, and what chapter?
It's the second in the first book.
Second book. Oh, you were breaking. You were breaking up.
It's the volume 1 OTP, but 2 Enoch, chapter 25.
Okay.
Hey,
Mine
is the page
Mine is still page 144 on the PDF.
Can somebody give me the name of the PDF, you guys? Is it Enoch or is it the pseudo? Is it Enoch?
2, the end of chapter 25.
Thank you.
Hey, question. Can somebody spell the website for me that we were supposed to look up the other stuff from the other day? I was at work and I could not understand. I couldn't spell it from what she was saying. Website?
HES. You're talking about the book
Yes.
she was on last
Hesiod,
night?
the
Yes.
Theogony.
You can just look
H-E.
up Hesiod theology. And
You
then
have to
there'll be
know how to
several.
spell it.
Oh, HESIOD THEOGONY. Hesiod theogony.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, Ma, can you send that to me?
Yes.
Thanks.
I have a question. What's the difference in the OTP of J and A?
Got me.
If I'm correct, one of them is like more of advanced Bible version than the other one. I think J is like an easy read, and A is more like advanced version of a Bible. I might be wrong, but that's my theory.
I didn't even know there was a Enoch 2. I read book of Enoch 1. That really takes you on a journey.
What are we looking up right now? I forgot that quick. Anybody know?
The meaning of extremely, the word large and descended.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. Is it 2 words or 1 word?
Oh, which one?
The website.
It's 2. The Hesiod, is that what you're referring to?
Yes.
It's
Okay,
2
I
words.
see it. Because I was doing it as 1 word. That's why I wasn't getting nowhere.
Oh.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Sorry, y'all. Ooh.
Hey, Cerca, can I ask you a question before you continue?
Yes.
Well, it's more like a statement. So in reference to God telling Enoch that there are some of the mysteries that he did not share with the angels, but when the watchers fell, I also recall, and I can't find it right now, where he states to the watchers that they thought that they had given the mysteries to the humans, like the women, and he says that I gave you the rejected mysteries, which I thought was amazing, because even though the angels had that much insight, that they still did not have the full mysteries. And the ones that shared the knowledge of magic and so forth thought that they gave all the heavens, I guess, mysteries, and they were nowhere near that. So again, just re-emphasizing how amazing God is, that there's just always so much more that we don't know, including
Think about
these
this
angels.
though. He already knew the ones that were going to sleep with the women and create the giants. Do you realize that he could have just destroyed those angels? He already knew what they was going to do. This is why I told y'all you're not hiding anything from God. He already knew when he was going through. Okay, so think about it, y'all. when we read in Adam and Eve, and it said before he created us, he created the river for us to dip down in, a Shurion, so that we could be forgiven because he already knew we was gonna mess up. Well, guess what? Why? Okay, let me ask you a question. Put yourself in God's shoes, y'all. You made one race of beings that have supernatural powers, and they rebel against you. Then you make another race of people, and then those people, with the help of your oldest son and your youngest son, okay? Your oldest son is pissed off because you said, you know what? I'm writing you out the will. I'm not dealing with you no more. I'm done. So then the oldest child starts to poison the younger children against the father. Okay? This is basically what's going on, y'all. But the dad still had more kids, knowing that his second generation of kids was going to do the same thing his first generation did, if not worse. Because the angels didn't get a second chance, y'all. Do y'all realize that? They got one time to mess up. Both sets of angels got one time to mess up. And God cut them off. You literally can sin 10,000 times in a day and he'll forgive you. You wouldn't be mad if your younger brother got away with murder, or your younger sister and brother got away with murder, and literally you get beat and it's always swift judgment with you and you're watching this? It wouldn't start to make you torture your little brother or sister a little bit. Be honest, y'all.
Probably.
That's a different context of knowing how the devil felt. Like, I never looked at it in that sense, that level of jealousy, right? Wow.
Hold on. Guess where it's repeated at? In Joseph's story.
Yes.
Joseph,
I'm not gonna lie, I was one of those that did torture my little brother because he got treated better than me.
See, y'all, this is the thing. These are family feuds. Why did Joseph's brother sell him into slavery?
They was jealous.
Because they were jealous.
Because the dad what?
Like Kim gave him that coat color.
Coat. Mm-hmm.
And they was gonna do what to him first?
What were they gonna do? Kill him?
They were gonna kill him.
And the one brother said, "Nah, bro, that's going too far, bro. Now wait a minute, bro. Wait. Now that's going too far. You know that's gonna cause daddy a heart attack, and then we ain't none of us gonna get nothing. So we gotta think this out smart now. So let me tell you what we gonna do. We gonna snatch that coat off of him. Take that coat off of him. Take your shoes off. All that stuff daddy gave him, because we didn't get that. I got this old black and white jacket on, and you gonna buy him the jacket, make him a jacket with, and I gotta wear this old hand-me-down jacket that daddy. Right. Or I had to get a Ross jacket and he got to go to Neiman Marcus. Let's just put it like that. Okay. He got a Neiman Marcus jacket. Let's go get it at a Ross jacket or Kmart. Okay. And I can imagine Joseph. Here we go, y'all. Y'all know we got some demonstrations. Just look. It's a little warm in here. Y'all know how little kids do. You see? Daddy bought me a new jacket. You see it? Look. Don't they, y'all? They be like, you see it? I can put my hood on. Like, I love it. So he probably was rubbing it in. I think I'm going to eat lunch on my new jacket. I'm going to put it out like a blanket. Y'all know all kids, when they get their new winter jacket, they want to lay it out and sit on it and look at their mom. I can see his brothers in the background like this. You know what I mean? And Joseph is not he ain't none the wiser that they hate him. Okay, and man, they waste grape juice. I mean, wine on this jacket. You know,
it's
that
just
kind of
the
stuff.
same like Cain and Abel. The
Right.
story.
Cain and Abel too.
Right.
Yep. Exactly. The first sons. And it was two kinds. A good one and a bad one. And it was two kinds of angels, good and bad. And it was two kinds of people. It is two kinds of people, good and bad. Do you understand? It's just the circle of life, y'all.
Excuse me,
Yes.
Miss Cerca. I see it the same way when you read the story of Job and how the devil was taunting and how he wanted to to prove that Job was not a true servant of God. I felt in a sense of way he was talking, he was jealous of Job too, the relationship, the worship that Job had as well.
Maybe so. Yep, maybe so. Definitely. I mean, we don't know. You know what I mean? And that could be a thing, because this is a thing. And then Danielle, I'm gonna get you, and Miss Demi, just give me a second, y'all. So the thing is this, what I wanted y'all to see is, one, there is more than one creation story, because there were other beings that were created prior to us even being thought about. And remember, I told y'all, one day in God's time is 1,000 years. So those 7 days were not 7 days. They were 7,000 years of the 7,000 years of creation. When he was going forth in the dark for 7,000 years, that he was going forth in the dark, creating everything that we see. The stellar orders, the black holes, Mars, Venus, Jupiter, all of that. Ain't that crazy? 7,000 years it took. Well, he could have did it faster, but he took his time. You know, some creations take a little bit longer than others. You know, I'm just saying, everybody ain't crafted in a day, boo. All right, y'all. So look, he says, and I said to him, disintegrate yourself. Disintegrate yourself, Adoil, and let what is born from you become visible. And he disintegrated himself, and there came a very great light. Now, this could be described as the Big Bang Theory. This could technically be described as the Big Bang Theory. It could be. Okay, so maybe this is what our scientists, when they say, oh, there was this spark of light or blah, 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 okay, we will give them the benefit of the doubt and say, yeah, we agree with you. Enoch told us that. But it ain't the way that y'all made it seem like there was just these particles floating around and they got together and said, we are going to create. No, it wasn't nothing like that. It was one being that was here. And technically, yes, there was a Big Bang Theory, but not in the way that you guys see or say. Like there was nothing, and then these molecules got together and they just formed a brain on their no, sit on there somewhere. Ain't none of that happening like that. It didn't. Right? So let's get through this real quick. It says, and there came out of a very great light, and I was in the midst of the great light, and light out of light is carried thus. And the great age or eon, write down eon. Write down eon. Write down great age and great eon. Same thing. Tell me how to spell eon, y'all.
E-O-N.
E-O-N.
Well, there's another spelling for it.
Ooh. I-O-N.
Ah, who said that A word? Who said that? Nikki, Tammy, that's the eon I was looking for. Y'all, there go our AE again. That's the real way to spell eon.
Okay.
There go our AE again. One letter off, y'all. Hey, one letter off. Isn't that crazy? So I wonder if when we start to look up eons and we put this version of eon in, what we will find. And what people come up and what stories come up, right? Ain't it crazy, y'all, how it's always one letter off? Are y'all seeing this? In every word that we looking up is if we add an A or E or I, like Inca or Uruk, Arab, and Iraq. These letters are not, they're interchangeable. Right? All right. Miss Demi, go ahead because you've been here for a while. We'll go backwards this way.
Yes. So I just had a question. So I get questioned on why if God is supposed to be, joyful, loving, kind, happy, this good person, then why did he create evil? Why did he allow for the devil to have the power of the evilness?
Okay, wait. Who said, okay, wait, stop. Let me say this to you, mama. When people come to you and ask you why, look, God, okay. The same way I can be up here loving on y'all today, and if somebody come to me wrong, I'm going to get in there. We get that from God, y'all. Quit letting these churches tell y'all that God, he shows y'all that he didn't play as a kid. A kid shoulder bumped him, and he said, thou shalt go no further. People said they didn't want to see him when he was 5 years old, and he said, okay, y'all not going to see nothing. Wait a minute, Jesus. They just said they didn't want to see you. Exactly. They're not going to see nothing because I'm not going nowhere. And Demi, this is not towards you. This is the thing, y'all. We get every single emotion from God. He made us in his image. Our emotions are literally replicas of his. So why people be trying to say God is only loving? And do y'all not read the Bible where he dropping whole Negroes down, the whole
right with the war,
stole a glass cup and brought back some sheep or something, some cows, and he said, y'all move back, because I told y'all, just like the mama do. He said, I told move back. He said, y'all outskirt people move back. Because I told y'all when y'all go over there, don't bring nothing back. And I hear sheep bleating in my ear or whatever it was. And he moved them back and dropped all of them people that was in a part of stealing stuff in the ground and swallowed it back up. That ain't the only race of people he did that to, y'all. He said they ain't never gonna remember y'all names. They won't even remember the lineage because y'all was gonna be so evil and disobedient. God will kill you. Y'all, did y'all not hear me say I got a hope? I got more battle wounds, not from the streets, from Jesus striking my body because I didn't listen. If you're not going to walk in your purpose, what are you here for? Most of the folks that's always telling you, oh, if God's so nice, you wouldn't follow the rules anyway. Because the nice rules he got, you won't even do that.
Right.
So you always going to complain because you don't want to do it anyway. So he always going to seem unjust. He always going to seem unfair to you because you don't want to do it anyway. You don't want to do it. So it's all you going to find an issue with everything he do. I don't want to do it like that. Why I got to do it like that? Why I can't do it like that?
That makes sense.
Like, you know what? You ain't got to do nothing.
That makes sense for the people that.
Hold on, y'all. And then you'll be mad because somebody else be in your place, walking in your calling. But you had so many hangups about how you wasn't going to do it. And they better ask me and come to ask me myself. And all of that. And I ain't doing it down. Put me. And God will take somebody humble that don't got to be seen, that ain't got to be the limelight and got to be the first in line always, and come through and they'll wreck your stuff. How a whole crowd throw up because your prideful self wants some wrecking. Sit down. And that could be at your job. That could be in your marriage. You want your spouse to acknowledge every single thing you do to where they can't even enjoy the things that you try to do for them. And if they don't do it the way you want them to do it, you got an attitude. Oh my God, grow up. Life is about serving others, not always being served. And the problem is, most people are wanting to be served instead of being servants. If God humbled himself and came down off his throne and all, we about to read about it. Listen, y'all, Jesus will chop your head off. He'll split your whole wig. He'll snatch your heart out. He'll do all of that. If you're going to use it to hurt people, you don't need it. Hiya, give it back. It's some disease-riddled people. I'm talking about riddled because of the way that they think. That's it. A disease in their mind. You always thinking negative. So you are producing negative toxins constantly in your body, baby. Killing your own organs. That's why God say let stuff go. But he is a vengeful God, y'all. And he'll bust your head. That's why I keep telling y'all, he didn't run with nothing but head busters. Why do people think about the people Jesus picked as his homeboys? He ran with hoes. They loyal to an extent. Murderers. Thieves. Well, they was PPP loan people. Tax invade. They was no, don't say that. They was them kind of people. And then what the tax collectors? They was moving money that they weren't supposed to be moving, collecting change they weren't supposed to be collecting. He was running with the people that don't got no business and stuff. Them, they was making fake accounts and stuff back then. That ain't nothing new. Y'all ain't doing that. It's been around. I'm just saying. Anyway, so there's that. So these was Jesus's homeboys and homegirls. These are the people he hung out with. So why do y'all think that he won't bust your head and all he hung out with was killers and robbers and the worst of the worst of the worst people? Y'all, my toes is down there doing like this because them is my homeboys, y'all, and my homegirls. They my people too. I can't even lie. They is my people. They is my peoples, y'all. I could just see Jesus walking through here, little people with a, you know what I'm saying, like Jerusalem in the house and stuff, you know what I mean? Like, he started crib walking up, like, maybe? We don't know. Because he was with his friends and that's what they did. And Jesus was not going to be the awkward one. He was the life of the party everywhere he went. He might have been in there like, we don't know. We don't know what he was in there doing. I'm just saying, with a little rag on his head because they already had the rags rolled up. That's where we get it from. That little band on their head. They had red or blue or green or black. Maybe that was their game back then. I mean, we don't know. I'm just playing, y'all. I'm just saying. They already had their colors and stuff. Oh, nah, bro, you from Theatricality. Like, bro, we don't even mess with y'all. Nah, bro. What you need with they little swords and stuff, y'all look. Oh, I can see him. What's up, bro? What's up? What's up? Nah, move along, sir. Move along. We don't even mess with Theatricalians over here, sir. Nah, bro. What's up? What's up, cuz? What's up? I mean, I can see it. Like, nah. We don't do Samaritans over here, bro. Nah, Chulo, we don't, you know what I mean? We don't know. We don't know what was going on. You know what I'm saying? We don't. Yes. Nah, this is my sword. This is my whole sword. That's what that is. This is not a billy club. This is a sword. This is my sword. I'm just saying, y'all. I'm just saying. So, Moto G status.
Hi, Miss Cerca.
Hi.
I'm Lacey.
Nice to meet you, Miss Lacey.
Nice to meet you. Okay, I started watching you because my son mentioned Enoch and the giants. My son started all this. He's 17. But 2 years prior, I fell into a coma. And the part of Enoch where he hears Abel's voice, I feel that that's where I was. Because the way he described it is where I was. I was in a dark room. And I looked down at myself and I saw myself wearing a white dress that glowed. Well, 5 years prior to my coma, my sister passed. And I heard her voice and she says, "What are you doing here? You need to go back." And I said, "No." And she goes, "You need to leave." And I felt her push me. Never seen nobody, just heard a voice. And as I was falling, I opened my eyes from the coma and I saw my husband.
Wow.
And then in and out of waking up. During one of the times I opened my eyes, someone went into my hospital room. Never saw their face, saw their silhouette. And he leaned down and he said, "Miss Sanchez, pray to God. The devil's a lie, you're gonna be okay." He told me that twice. I know that I was promised full healing, but there is something that I'm not doing or that I haven't been obedient to because it's not coming. And I feel like a baby doing all of this, reading my Bible, reading the books, my OTP. I read some of Miss Baxter books, Mary Kate Baxter books, but I still feel very lost. I feel like I'm rotten to the core and I can't get it out.
So maybe then guilt is just your thing and you have to forgive yourself. That could be what is holding up your own self is you. You need to forgive yourself because if you feel rotten, that means that there's something in you that you have not forgiven yourself for. It's shame or whatever it is. So then you have to ask God to help you forgive you. And you only know what that is. But that darkness is a room that you haven't let God in yet. That's all.
Okay.
Let him in and let him clean out the cobwebs of that dark room that you don't want nobody to know about. Forgive yourself because you can't change it. And we'll see if the healing starts. I'm sure it will.
Okay.
Yes,
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Trini Conda, you back today?
Hey, what's good?
Tree in the house, y'all. 17 feet and 36 inches. No.
Yeah, you silly. So my question is, right, in the OTP, I believe I read that God locked up some moons and suns because they didn't follow his orders.
Maybe like the one that the Egyptians I told y'all made stand still and come out at nighttime? You mean maybe like that one? And when I told y'all that that what the Asians are doing right now is not new because the Egyptians had already made a sun? Y'all remember? Didn't I tell y'all the stellar orders are going to be judged too because they listen to the magicians and stuff?
Yes.
To Janus and Jambres and different people? So the stars that listen to the people that are doing spells right now and they move and they do those things, guess what happens to them? They're going to be judged as well. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mr. Conda.
Oh, no, that was it.
I think you need to change your name.
All right. I'm going to change it. I'm going to put my real name.
Thank you, because words have power. Just going to say that. Woo! And words create thought. Yeah, I'm going to need you
rebuke
to
that spirit.
Right. Right. So there's that. Anyway. So what was I going to say? I'm trying to call somebody I haven't. Danielle, did you already talk? I know, Carisha. You got me every time. You always tell me a word, mission, and I did. I smoothed on to the transition. I did. So let's keep reading on real quick, y'all, because I want to get through this. Yeah, hey, I'll be real. Jesus is is working on me. Y'all can, I don't care. I told y'all the only person I'm worried about judging me is him, because he's the only judge I gotta be worried about. That's it. So that being said, okay. He said in the midst of it was great light. And I play, okay, here we go. And I placed for myself a throne, and I sat down on it. And then to the light, I spoke, you go up higher than my throne, or than the throne, and be solidified much higher than the throne, and become the foundation for the highest things. This is not the sun he's talking about. Y'all know that, right? This is not the sun. There is a light that God generates that lights up everything. And it's not the sun. It is a natural radiating light from him. But he took some of it out and put it up above. So it lights the heavens. So there's light that is not the sun. And we know that that can exist because outer space is not lit by the sun either, is it? In those dark places, it's lit by the stars and different planets that are that way. So, okay.
All right, I don't want to interrupt you. So that could revert back to the fact of like when we have cloudy days and it's no sun out, how the sky is still light where we're able to see through the day.
Yep. Basically, exactly like that. Exactly like that. And I'll tell you what's so crazy. The light that lit the garden was not the sun. It was this same light. The light that lit the garden was not the sun. You got to remember when they got kicked out of the garden, they were scared of the sun because that light was different from the light that was in the garden. That light was cool and it was just the perfect temperature and it was just always light and it wasn't hot or any of those things. And then when they got kicked out, they're like, hold up, wait a minute, I feel that. Hold on. Whew, what is this? It's water pouring from my face. Because there's two different, the celestial lights are not the same lights that we have. These lights are for this universe. And outside of our universe, there are other lights.
Cerca, didn't Adam call it a pure light that they experienced in the garden?
Or something like that. I know it wasn't hot. It wasn't any of that. And it was always the same.
Ooh,
it didn't
divine.
move or anything. It was just light. You see what I mean? So when you think about those things, y'all, and you think about, there are things that were created that we can't even conceive a thought of in our mind about, because it's outside of our thought process and level of cognizance, in a sense. You know what I'm saying? Because to know now that Cyrenomylia is a real thing, but to know where they came from is a whole different concept. It can challenge your sanity. We've been told that werewolves wasn't real, but we look up hypertrichosis and it said that it is. So now every single thing that I've been taught is being challenged. Well, that's how it is when you get to know God and go deeper. The God of the surface is not the God. That's why I told y'all, I don't deal with the surface God. That's not the kind of God I deal with. He shows me things and he takes me into hidden mysteries. And I want to understand, because I don't want him to say that I didn't get to know how big he was and how much he has done and how much he can do. But just like the young lady said, people say that he's sweet and he's nice. Well, let's read and see. We're going to move on down. I want to show y'all something real quick, though. Oh, go to page 146, y'all, and go to 28 for me, please. Go to page 146 and then go to 28. So when we read about the principalities of heaven, these are some of those guys, y'all. Y'all ready? Did y'all get there? It says, the week in which God showed Enoch all his wisdom and strength throughout all the 7 days, how he created all the forces of heaven, or translation, the armies of heaven. Write down the armies or forces of heaven. Why does heaven need an army? 146. Why does heaven need an army, y'all? Supagrapha, book 1.
Because of the evil.
Huh?
Because of the evil that was going to try to fight against against God.
His sons.
The fallen.
And the other beings that are with them. Right? So think about this. Do y'all realize that Satan and his demons or his fallen angels are Michael and Angel's brothers, and it's just two brothers fighting against two sets of brothers fighting against each other, trying to kill each other, all because they daddy don't see them the way they see the other ones. So we see this history repeated right now. It's kids that hurt their brothers and sisters because they feel like their parents love them more, or they act out to get more attention and they do the wrong things so that the parent is always having to talk to them. So has anything really changed since the beginning of time? Even the angels are still acting out like bratty kids that ain't getting their daddy's attention, and daddy won't let them have their way. So now I'm gonna hurt myself, or I'm gonna hurt my brother so that you have to come talk to me. It's that simple. It is. Because the sons of God are the children of God. We are the sons and daughters of men. We are not the sons of God or the daughters of God. We are the sons and daughters of men. We came from humans. We were not created from the stars. So, 28 says, and thus I made solid the heavenly circles. So, for y'all flat earth people, this said all this stuff. Well, right here, God told Enoch that I made heavenly circles. Yes, John?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought
Oh.
Good, okay. You good.
Okay. Okay, so look. And thus I made solid. Solid would not be flat 9 times. Well, solid could be flat, but most times solid means filled all the way through. Right? Or no? If something is solid, it's filled up all the way. He said, I made solid the heavenly circles, and I said, let the lower water, which is below heaven, collect itself into one collection, and let its waves become dry. And it happened like that. And the waves, and from the waves I created the rocks. And from the rocks I assembled the dry land, and I called the dry land earth. So did y'all know that the rocks came out of the water?
No, I didn't know that.
Flat, but it's full, he said. I filled it up. I'm sorry?
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Okay. So he said, and what, birds came out the water too. If y'all watch that video of Anita, y'all need to go watch that video of that lady that I posted where you see that little root. If you go to YouTube and watch that whole thing, it's a very powerful. You learn about, I did not know birds came out of the water. But it clearly says it right there in the Bible that God brought the birds up out of the water. Guess what? Birds still dive back into the water to get food and go back up in the air right now.
True.
Now you will see a bird coming out the water thinking it's a fish and it's a bird. It says they burst forth from the sea and the oceans into the air in Genesis. Yeah. So there you go. Anyway. All right. So he said, and what was in the middle of the earth, I called the chasm. That is to say bottomless. Then, the sea I gathered into one place, and I bound it with a yoke. And I said to the sea, behold, I have given you an eternal, I give you an eternal boundary, and you will not break through from your own waters. And so I fixed the solid structure, established it above the waters. The first created day I named for myself, and the evening came again, morning, and it was the second day, right? So if you flip to the next page, y'all, where it says Monday, birds have scales. Birds have scales under their feathers. Wow. Okay. So it says, and for my own heavens I shaped, and for all my own heavens. Listen to that, y'all. And for all my own heavens. If there was only one, why would he say all? If there was only one set of heavens, why would he say all? Because we all under the same heaven on earth. No matter where you are in the world, we look at the same sun. So what are all the heavens? Okay. He said, I shaped a shape from a fiery substance. My eye looked at the solid and very hard rock, and from the flash of my eye, I took the marvelous substance of lightning. Hold on, y'all. Noah had X-ray eyes, y'all. He got them from God. Cyclops on X-Men, y'all. And that's how we got lightning. Lightning literally came out of the lights of God's eye. And y'all want to talk crazy to him. Go right ahead. Oh my God. People getting struck down with light. Yeah. That's scary.
Yeah, that's deep.
What if that person is on their way to do something and God sees it and looks down like a mama, get their eyes together and shoot?
My hairs are standing up on my arm. Right?
Literally. Literally.
My hairs is standing up on both of my arms. Oh my God.
Yeah.
That is powerful.
And think about people that done got struck by lightning twice. Years apart. Yo. Oh, I don't know. That makes you not want nothing.
And if you think about it, people who have been struck by lightning, they say that moments before they can feel the hairs on their body standing up and like an environmental change. So that's like God's glare. Like, if you don't stop, I'm about to. And like, then he does it.
Don't Zeus shoot lightning out of his eyes? Ain't he the lightning bolt God?
Yep.
Y'all, if I knew, now I done read this, but I tell y'all, he just gave me the revelation of it. I read this in 2016 and didn't get it until today. Hold on, wait a minute. Like that mean, oh, y'all, that mean when you get struck down by lightning, literally it's coming. He looking, he say, I see everything. It ain't nothing you can hide from me. I see all. I see what you're gonna do before you do it. So we be thinking, oh my God, you got struck by lightning. They're such a good person. But what if they not?
Right.
What if they not? And what if God saw something in their mind that he had to literally send lightning down from heaven to stop this person in their tracks?
Yeah. That makes you think twice about everything.
Baby, listen, because folks have been in the bed, baby, and got hit by lightning, both of them. And it sends the flow. Huh? What you said, Dad? You said don't go over there. Okay. And don't let it get the thundering. Jesus. What if that be him? What if the thunder is him getting up out of his chair, sitting on the edge of his thing? You gonna hear that when your mama move in her chair, your granny move. When they get to sitting up, and then you be quiet. Right? What if the thunder is God moving around on his son saying, I'm trying not to, ooh, this kid about to make me. I'm gonna do it.
Mm-hmm. That's the same thing he told Moses. You better take care of him, because if I come down there, you ain't got to worry about him.
Ain't nobody gonna exist in nowhere.
Just like your mama, you better go get him, because if I have to come and get you,
it's gonna be a problem. Y'all, all I'm saying is we get our parenting skills from God, and the mother glare sends fear into every child. Y'all, we got it from our dad. Because when he squeezes his eyes together, somebody ain't about to be here, maybe. Don't squeeze your eyes together at me, Dad, please. Please don't squeeze your eyes together at me. And think about it, y'all, in every mythological movie, before whatever godly power got ready to singe them with their eyes, they set up in their chair, didn't they? On whatever throne they was on, before they got ready to disintegrate the peons, they set up in their chair. And then you heard like a charge noise, like, somebody about to get burnt up. Oh, Lord, please don't close your eyes sight at me, Jesus. Now I'm going to be saying that all the time. God, please don't squint your eyes at me. Don't squint your eyes at me, Dad. If looks could kill, and they do evidently, extra crispy. For real, y'all. Okay, so look, I'm going to move on, and we're going to read this last little bit. But I want y'all to see, do y'all see how interesting this stuff is? This is not, and God created the earth in 7 days, and Adam and Eve was born, and they talked to a serpent, and they got kicked out, and then it was a whole bunch of people in the end. Do they sound like that to y'all? And the Lord said, let there be light. And there was light. And there was a firmament. And then, and he created the flowers and the animals.
I think that's why some people get bored and they're not interested in it. Because it's not juicy.
Yeah, it's a book of drama. I told my mama that the other day, honey. I said, Mom, this is drama. You hear me? Teach the kids like this and they gonna listen. You hear me?
And it talks like it's just everything is in one place. Like everything just happened just right there. It was never no other adventures or another exploring. But this has opened up like, whoa.
You hear me? Give me the in-between. Thank you.
Okay.
Really?
That part.
Really?
You keep the end of the bread. See, look, y'all don't even know. If you look at the King James Version like a loaf of bread, it's the two booty breads and the bread in the middle of every story. It's the booty breads. Don't nobody want the booty breads. Y'all know don't nobody eat the booty bread. Everybody you go past it. Nasty. You done touch that bread with the part of your hair right here and don't take it out. And you leave it in there for the person that got to get the flat bread and the booty bread sandwich. And you never wanted that as a kid.
Yeah, I love that part of the bread.
The half booty bread, half regular sandwich.
I always liked the heel of the bread.
Did you?
The heel of the butt.
The heel was the best part.
We did not want the booty bread part.
Give me the in-between, maybe that's that old.
We used to cry if we had to eat the booty bread. I'm telling you, be mad. I don't want that piece of toast.
That's the last resort right there.
You will let it get hard and be trying to get the crumbs off the top of it before you eat it and everything. Like, I don't want that bread.
That's the struggle. That's the struggle sandwich bread.
You ain't lying.
But y'all know when y'all got a lot of kids at the house, you gotta do what you gotta do. None of
Yeah,
them
you make
people
it
want that
work.
booty bread even now.
Yeah,
They do
it
not want
counts.
it. I've tried it. They don't want the booty bread. Oh, Jesus. Okay, I'm sorry. So anyway, that's how y'all Bible is, though. The KJV is literally of these stories, y'all, the ends, the beginning, the end, and one slice in the middle. Because even in the creation story with Enoch and all of these different things and reading about the giants, just reading about the giants could take you 10 years to find out about all the races of giants and the histories and who they are and what. So that makes Genesis a lot more interesting when you go back and read about the wars of Israel, because when you know that they were fighting against them, oh, I got some information, but I gotta check it out first, y'all. I gotta, because I can remember I'm dead. It's so juicy though, but I gotta wait because I gotta make sure, because I don't want to get in trouble by my daddy. So that being said, I pray y'all every day that when we get together and you all are breaking down the scriptures, this is why I want y'all to look up the names, because every single thing that God created has a name. It is an entity, just like blood makes sound. And there are different types of blood. He's specific. He says the blood cries up, the spilled blood of the innocent cries up to heaven. So blood makes enough sound on verse 48. Before the police get there, God already know, because he done heard the sound as soon as it hit the ground, because it's not supposed to be there. God hear the blood and the shot and everything. As soon as the first blood spatter comes out of that body unjustly and hits something, y'all know it could be 1,000 blood splatters depending on how close. I study forensics, y'all. I'm interested in it. It could be when they spray that aluminum and hit that light, it looked like you was doing it like this with a paint thing. But think about it. Oh, the rocks cry out. Yes, Miss Lachette. The rocks cry out, y'all, because most time when the blood is spilled, it's on some concrete or it's some concrete under there or some hard ground. And it glows. It lights up. Ain't nothing hidden, even in the dark. So the blood that you can't see with the light on, you can see it in the darkness, y'all. We just read about that. In the beginning of what we read, it was talking about light coming out of darkness, but then it was really dark. But it was light, but you can see. That's like a black light, which is exactly what I said, kind of like black light, didn't I? And when they put luminol, then what you can't see with your natural eye, you can now see under a different light. I said, y'all, it's two lights. It's a heavenly light, and then it's our sun. But we know it's even another light because the moon is a different light. The moon and the sun give off two completely different lights. One is warm or cool. One has no like temperature type thing to it. And then one has heat. Ain't that crazy? So we get ready to read about these angels and how they was created and what they was cut out of. Let's see. It says, and for my own heavens, I shaped the shape from a fiery substance. Okay, that's lightning. We got that. And both fire and water are in water and fire. Both fire in water and water in fire. So electricity is water and fire together. We know that though. We know that. They told us that in school, right? That electricity is fire and water together. Okay, so that is why, wait a minute, I'm sorry. And neither does the one extinguish the other, nor does the one dry out this one. This is why lightning is sharper and brighter than the shining of the sun, and softer than water, and more solid than the hardest rock. Water can cut through a lot of stuff. They use water to cut through rock and other things.
I'm sorry, Cerca, I'm lost. Where are you?
148 of the first paragraph.
The first paragraph?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right, Miss Tammy, go ahead real quick. You've been waiting. I'm sorry. Hey, I seen you.
Okay, I'm sorry. I almost forgot I had my hand up. No, I'm so excited. Hey, I'm glad to be here.
We ain't seen you.
I missed it, you. So I had a couple things. Moses and the rock. When he smote it instead of doing what God said do with it, and the water came out the rock. I mean, he was supposed to hit the rock, but not the way he did it.
Right.
And then I thought about how animals, I love storms, but now I know something new. But like when it's raining, they fine. But when it's a lightning and thundering, they trying to find somewhere to hide.
Mm-hmm.
They're fearful. Mm-hmm. It's fine when it's raining, but as soon as it starts thundering and lightning, they trying to find someplace to hide. And I eat the booty bread.
Oh,
I love it. I want all the bits and pieces, just like I want all the bits and pieces of God. I want all the bits and pieces. I won't miss nothing. And that's some good. That's good for bread pudding and all kinds of stuff. You better use that bread.
I eat it. I just it's gonna sit there to the end. I use it for some French toast. I eat it like that.
Girl. Yeah.
Or some meatloaf or something. Yeah, but I don't want that.
Make your breadcrumbs out of them. You won't have to buy no breadcrumbs.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do. Because I don't want the booty bread. Lord, and I'm not being unthankful, ungrateful, but I just don't like the bread. And I make bread, but I still don't like it. Still don't like it. All right. Miss Christina, because you've been here for a minute. I'm sorry.
Hey, no problem. Sorry, my camera's off. I actually really wanted to speak to Miss Moto G Stylist 5G because a few days ago, I don't think of myself as a prophet or anything, but I saw a straight vision, and I know this is directly for her. Also, because I'm using my 1 minute. Also, another thing is I know that in the movie Passion of the Christ, I guess the lead actor, he got struck by lightning twice during production. I don't know if you knew that, but I'm going to go back and look and find out about the story. And then also,
yes, I remember that.
So I don't know what he did, but in his personal life, and then lastly.
Yep, I read about that. That was true.
And about Moto G Stylist, if you're listening, I try to direct message you, but if you could try to get in contact with me. But the verse that goes attached to what I was saying to you is Revelations 14:12, and it says, "Here's a call for the endurance of the saints, those who keep the commandments of God and their faith in Jesus." I just feel like we all look to Cerca for guidance and answers, but we have to have faith. If we have faith, we're searching and getting our answers. But if we rely on her too much, we might get lost in it. So that's all.
Wait a minute. What conversation was going on that I didn't know about? What happened?
Huh?
What conversation was happening that I didn't know about?
No, I was trying to get in touch with Moto G because I felt like I had something for her.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I always tell y'all, don't rely on me. That's why I give y'all the information to go look for it for yourself. That's why.
No. I was saying that sometimes like we will ask you things that that's really supposed to be sought for God, and I thank you so much for reminding people like go to God for that. Look this up because I do the same thing. I'm guilty of it. It's like we always want to go to somebody else, but we got to keep taking it to God. So that's what I meant. Sorry.
Oh no. Okay. Yeah.
I understand. I'm sorry. I understand what she was saying. I think Miss Cerca, every time I see your TikToks and see yours on the first Zoom I've came into, every time I see it's like you're speaking straight to me, and it's where I've been praying, it's like I'm receiving answers, and it's just confirmation. And what I spoke with you and your answer you gave me was just reconfirmation what has been spoken to me in my heart already. And
I got more. So that's why I wanted to private message you.
I will get back with you in that private message, ma'am.
Thanks, guys.
But that's why if you would look back and sister, you're speaking to me. You're speaking straight to me because you're just it's like reconfirmation of everything that's in my heart that I know that I'm failing to obey to.
Well, sometimes we have different spiritual doorways that are open in our life, y'all. Like, there could be a sin that you don't know that you commit.
Exactly.
Unknowingly. That's why the Bible talks about sinning unknowingly. So you have to ask God to help you with the sins you commit unknowingly and knowingly. Okay. Right? Because the devils don't care if you committed the sin knowingly or unknowingly, because they have grounds whether you committed knowingly or unknowingly. It's still sin. So then they can come in. And I don't know, Miss Lacey.
Yes.
Have you read Pigs in the Parlor?
No, I have not. It was read to me as a child. So was Pilgrim's Progress, and He came to set the captives free and prepare for war.
Okay.
All of those were read to me, but now applying them and truly understanding them as an adult, it's mind-blowing.
Yeah. So I need you to read that book, because there's a spirit of coma, and he would come, and even when he came to set the captives free, so the spirit of coma would come on Elaine, and she would just be in a coma. And then he would jump out of her, and then he would jump back in. Every time there was something going on, when there was a doorway open, the spirit of coma would just jump in, and she would go straight back into a coma.
Mm-hmm.
So there could be a doorway that is open in your spiritual life that you have not closed, or like I said, let God get in there to clean it out so that the door can be locked, as to why the sickness or whatever it is that is going on can stay there.
Okay.
Yep.
Yes, ma'am.
Mm-hmm. Let's take one more person, y'all, and then I'm gonna go, because I'm gonna go get me some more food. I had some pizza this morning, but I'm gonna eat something else. Okay, well, let's take these last three people. So no more hands up, y'all. We got Miss iPad, Deidre, and Michelle, and that's it. No more hands up. And so can't nobody get mad, because I'm telling y'all who the three people is. Okay, go ahead, Miss iPad.
Hi.
Hi.
I love you so much. I've been watching you for a while, but I just wanted to say, a lot of the shows that you reference, like Supernatural, Magicians, and stuff like that, that's really what kind of got me thinking, like, maybe you should work on your relationship with God. And then I found you on TikTok. So it's just like signals everywhere. But I just wanted to say, Supernatural really got me, because how you're explaining the family feuds and stuff is like kind of how they explained it. And I was like, oh my gosh, if you look at it this way, it's so much more interesting. There's so many more answers to be found. Mm-hmm. So that's really got me interested. And I love your theatrics. It keeps me intrigued because I was not a study person in school at all. Mm-hmm. I struggled with it, but this has really got me intrigued and really wanting to learn and work on my relationship with God and teach my kids and everything. So I just want to thank you. I love you, and keep doing what you're doing.
Yes, that makes me happy. I thank y'all too, because y'all got to think, for a lot of years, God had me sitting home reading, and didn't nobody want to hear it. I mean, these are Christian people, and they never wanted to hear the Bible. I'm like, it's the rest of it. Like, they didn't want to hear it. So the same frustration y'all had with knowing there was more and not being able to get the answers, God has blessed me with more, because I've had the same feeling y'all had, but was trying to take it to the people, and they didn't want it. And my heart would be hurt. I would be sad. I'm like, God, but they the Christians. How do they not want to hear what you have to say? How do they not believe it? I don't understand. It's right here. I will open up the Bible and say, okay, let's read this. You see what I'm saying? And they, nah, I ain't gonna read that with you right now. It is the Bible. It is. How do you not want to read it? How do you not want to know more about why God destroyed the earth? It'll help you talk to other people in different situations. Y'all wonder why people are not flooding into the church anymore, because there's nobody that they can identify with there. Everybody's so saved. There ain't nobody never did nothing. Nobody was on drugs. Nobody was a hoe. Nobody was a whoremonger. Nobody was a drug dealer. Nobody was a thief. Nobody did none of that, honey. We is saved, sanctified, and ain't never committed a sin up in here. And don't bring your sin up in here with you, even though this is where God said bring it to and put it on the altar so that we can get rid of it. You forgot what God saved you from. Y'all forgot. And he saved you so that you could go back and tell the truth about who you used to be, so that people can be in amazement in the change that he made in you. It is not for you to hide it under the rug and say, I'm not going to talk to her because, girl, she is a familiar spirit. You ain't going to talk to her because she looked like you used to. And she acts just like you used to before God cleaned you up and cleaned your mind up, because she got that same stank, nasty walk you used to have around people's husbands and wives and stuff. Oh, you don't want to take your wife around nobody because you know you was on everybody's wife, even though you was your homeboy. So now we can't meet your wife. And you didn't hit on all your homeboys' wives. Don't be like that, bro. Bring her out. Bring them out, bring them out, bring them out now. It was okay for you to do it. But because you don't want to get back what you sold, you try to tuck yours away. Oh, but baby, it's always somebody back doing. Believe it. The same way you was. What you sow, you reap. You better ask God to keep your heart together, honey, because there was some men at home crying because you was creeping in their wives' beds. And guess what? Hope you can hold them tears. Stay strong, bro. Stay strong. Don't kill nobody. Don't be waving no guns around talking about you can't take it and all that old crazy stuff. Because when you was dishing it to other men and other families, don't be talking about how you gonna tear our family up. You didn't care about who family you was tearing up with your nasty self. Now you want to try to act like something's supposed to be wholesome because that now you hit hold with everybody wife. Anyway. Sister Biscuit and Brother Biscuit, God had to save you from something. I'm just going to say it. Oh, this is the Passion of Christ. So I was looking, y'all, at the guy. This dude got struck by lightning. This guy.
Yeah.
Wow. This guy got struck.
Yes, 2 times.
The one who played Jesus got struck by lightning.
Right, but Marisha, he also said in an interview that each time they did a scene on the cross, there was a beaming light that was consistently there.
Yes.
So his message was very powerful. He said he knew he was meant to play this because there was always this light every time they did a scene of him on the cross.
Yeah, I remember watching the interview.
Yeah.
What movie is that?
Well, learn something new every day. G said, oh no, you're going to feel the real pain I feel. If you're going to play this role, if you're going to play my role, you need to go and feel the pain I really felt. You need to feel that.
Cerca, what movie
Because
is
y'all,
it?
how do we know that the whip that Jesus was whipped with wasn't some type of enchanted whip? Because the devil put this together. They gave the people the tools and whatnot to whoop him with. So how do we know that one of the witches or warlocks from that time didn't enchant it so that it felt like lightning when it was hitting Christ's skin? We don't know. Because it was witches and warlocks and they enchant shoes, so I'm sure they can enchant a whip because the devil was. We don't know.
You better come with it, girl. You better come with it. I'm jumping and jumping. Oh my God.
But I'm just saying, we don't know though. Working because look, when they beat him with the cat of nine tails, it was ripping his skin, y'all. That was tearing into. Ooh. Listen, I done been burned where all the flesh is craters in my flesh, y'all, because the layers of skin have been obliterated. Do y'all realize that every time they was snatching at his nerves and tendons was being exposed and ripped apart? Have you ever pinched a nerve or been burned where your skin, when the wind blows, you will break down in tears, baby? When you ain't got that top layer of skin and them hair, the erectile papillae or pili stand up, when your hair follicles stand up and you don't got those layers of fat, listen, y'all, I was in a burn unit twice. And when the wind blew or the air came on, I cringed. Because every single one of my nerves was exposed. So that cold air went over every last one of them. I'm telling you. And y'all got to think, he took the stripes for us. So each one of our sins, the magnitude and the weight of it was on the whip, the cat of nine tails, the stick, the weight of it was on there. Maybe that's why every time it hit him, it broke him down almost, but he stood back up. He said, the weight of y'all sins is on my back. So we don't know if it was extra heavy when it was coming down and the inertia and the weight, because it's the weight of our sins was in there. Literally. We don't know, but we know that it was magicians at that time. We know it was witches and warlocks, and the devil himself was present. So when you sit up and you talk about what pain, and I'm tired of going through, and I'm tired of being ostracized, well then why did you lie and say you was going to take up a cross? Why did you say that you was going to suffer for Christ? Why did you say you was going to be lied on? Why did you say you was going to be okay with being talked about even though you didn't do it? And why do you pop back every time somebody say something mean? Because you lied to God and told him you was going to take up his cross. He said, my children are going to go through the same things that I did, and they are going to take up their cross the way that I did and bear things that they shouldn't even have to bear. But if they love me, they're going to do what I did, because I didn't do none of the stuff that y'all did, and I took y'all sins up on me. Go ahead, Deidre. Is it Deirdre?
No, you're right. It's Deidre. I just wanted to say something in regards to how to not get bored when you're studying. First, you got to remember that these are holy scriptures, holy teachings, and to regard it as a sacred secret, and that it's a really high privilege to have insight. And also, like when you're doing research, ask yourself questions. What does this tell me about God? Who exactly was he talking to? What were the attitudes of the people that he spoke to? How does this apply to my life? What were the customs and traditions? And was it speaking literally or figuratively?
I think too, when people say about the studying, I just know like some people are not readers. You know what I mean? And I think that's kind of what they mean by studying, as far as they were maybe more of an art person or a music person or a sports person. So then they might have just done the basics. Not saying that they weren't smart, but that just wasn't their thing. So I think that, because it's a lot of people that are inboxing me saying, I never wanted to read. I never really wanted to study, or like you said, even knew how. Because everybody don't know how to study. They'll sit there and read it, but if you don't understand how to break the words down, and like you said, the context and then the times and all of that, that's why we do a lot of visual aids. If you haven't seen Miss Robertson, and I like try to bring things so that you can have a visual as well as the written things. And sometimes that does make you want to read more. But then I also tell y'all, go and look up the pictures of the places. You see what I'm saying? So that's exactly what she said, is why I say those things to you, because then it does make you more interested about, it makes you more interested about studying and stuff like that. So go ahead, Miss Michelle, and then we're going to get ready to go, y'all, because it's 12:30.
Okay, so it just really like grinds my gears, for lack of better words, when people say things like, why does God let bad things happen? Or why is it evil in the world? Because we was never supposed to have knowledge of them things. Like we were supposed to have knowledge of magic and witchcraft. We weren't supposed to know about evil or bad things. When we ate from the tree of knowledge, we brought that into our reality. We brought evil and sin and all that into our reality. So when Christians say stuff like that, like, well, why does God allow bad things to happen? We brought that into our reality.
We did.
So like contradicting themselves, and it just makes me so angry to say things.
But okay, but see, that shouldn't make you upset. And I'm gonna tell y'all why that shouldn't make y'all upset. Because let me say this to you. How long have y'all been in church and there was an understanding that you had, and in the last 12 months, 2 months, your understanding has been changed completely? Who's honest enough to say that what you believed 60 days ago is not what you believe now?
Me.
Myself.
Right? So with me saying that, what I mean by that is people say things because they're unlearned and they don't understand. But it is our job to not get upset with them, but to sit down and be patient enough to take the time to explain to them why it is that we feel the way that we feel and why God is. But see now, okay, so guess what? I'm gonna tell y'all a remedy for people that say, why is Jesus bad? Or why is God this, right? Now take them to the birth of Jesus Christ. That would be your witnessing tool for that question. Why does God let bad stuff happen? Take them to the infancy of Jesus Christ. And show that even when God was in the flesh as a child, that he didn't play about his laws. That might help them understand just a little bit better. When you see Jesus, somebody's shoulder bumping, and he's like, bro, you're not going anywhere else. Because if you do it to me as a kid, you'll keep doing it. And you'll get worse and worse and worse. There are some people that God strikes down early because he knows it don't matter how much reformation, whatever you call it, transformation or reform, that you're not going to change. He knows that. And so some people, he just gone in. It's like the tree that he withered. He said, you're not producing nothing. So why are you might as well die. So there are some people that God has taken off this planet because they're just not going to produce nothing good ever. Everything that they think is evil. And he's like, yeah, you don't even got a glimpse of hope in you. So just gonna get rid of it. You might only need to be here to produce a kid. And then, because it's a lot of people that pass away right before their child is born or right after. Have y'all not thought about that God doesn't want that parent to train them? But he wanted to use their chromosomes, their 23 chromosomes to get them here. But he's going to have another person raise that child.
Never thought of it in that way.
There are mothers that give birth and pass away immediately. There are fathers that have a baby on the way and the day before their child is born. When it talks about the I can't think of the word right now, but basically us not understanding God's ways. Like when you read in Paul and Thecla or whatever it is, and Peter or whatever, and his daughter was sick. He said an angel came to us and said that she was gonna cause a lot of men to lose their lives if she was not a quadriplegic, basically. She had cerebral palsy. He said, you can either let her come here with cerebral palsy or I'm going to send her straight to hell. Which one do you want? What would you say as a parent? Would you want a sick child or would you want a child that you know is going to be in the torments that we read about in Ezra for the next gazillion years? And your baby ain't even here yet. They baby wasn't even born yet. And he said, she going to be hell on wheels. She going to cause a lot of men to lose their soul. So I'm going to crumple her up so don't nobody want her. And I'm not saying that to be mean, but she didn't reproduce. And I don't take no offense to what I'm saying, y'all. I'm just saying that God has a way of doing things that we don't understand. And it's not, I know people with cerebral palsy that they have relationships and everything, but in that situation, he didn't even want her sexually active. Because if she would have been okay, she was going to take a nigga soul, or whatever y'all say. Snatch your soul. That was gonna be her thing. Excuse my language, but y'all got that whole snatch a nigga soul thing. But excuse my language, the N word. Y'all know what I mean? She was gonna be snatching souls, and God didn't want her to do that. While y'all, there's some people that got crumpled up for that. Don't be out here snatching no souls. Not supposed to do that. Whew. Okay.
Miss Cerca, I just had one question about the books.
Really quickly, I'm getting ready to get off, Mama.
Yes, ma'am. I downloaded the Pseudepigrapha Volume 1 on PDF, but is there a audio out there? Is there an audio book out there?
You can go on YouTube and listen to them.
You go on YouTube?
Mm-hmm. They're on YouTube. Yep.
That's all.
Yep.
Thank
all
you.
right, y'all. Well, we out of here this Saturday. We're not doing no Zoom this evening. Y'all can chill with the family, eat, cook some good dinner. It's nice outside. Hopefully it ain't raining. So we're not going to do a Zoom this evening. So I guess I'll see y'all. Today's Sunday. I'll see y'all on Tuesday. I am going to do, I'm about to work on this thing. The podcast thing. I'm going to work on that today and tomorrow to try to get this podcast up and going. And then do a Zoom, please don't. You don't never want to give me no days out. Y'all got stuff to do. People got clothes to wash this Sunday. And they got to get their kids ready for school. Folks is getting ready for proms and stuff. It's a lot going on.
Look, we got to give her time to gain knowledge, to give us knowledge.
Because I definitely want to get in my books. Now, y'all know I might, if I find something, I ain't going to be able to hold that. I ain't got no lie. I'm like, oh, Lord, y'all. But for the most part, it's Sunday, y'all. And y'all been doing a lot of learning. And I got to give y'all time to actually go study some of this stuff. That's the issue. I want y'all to go look up the words because y'all still got homework from Abraham and y'all still got homework from Hesiod's theogony. Y'all supposed to be looking up all them names, finding out who they is. That's why I said I'm gonna give y'all a week or two to do that because it's good. And y'all supposed to be finding out where they are in our society, what businesses have those names, what businesses have the symbol of these mythological gods, y'all. And that could take some time because you should be reading stories.
Thank you for this message, Cerca. This was a very powerful message to share as well. And I think we need to kind of delve into that more. Today was powerful, very powerful.
Well, you know what? This is the thing, y'all. I'm just dropping seeds of all kinds of stuff. We probably will never study anything to the end because we got so many people that need to hear all different subjects. You see what I'm saying? There's people that need to hear something different every day. And I'm not saying they have to hear something. I'm saying we got new people that need to be reeled in, right? We fishermen. Not that we won't go back. But two, I want y'all to get a base for understanding idolatry. And because we'll say, oh, they are idolater. But didn't even know that we was because we got all of the idol stuff in our house. Poseidon stuff and Athena stuff, and it's all in our house everywhere, but we'll call somebody else an idolater. We have to first check ourselves. What stuff in my house got a mythological God's name on it? How about that? Y'all don't even gotta look at the businesses. Go through your house and see how much mythological God name stuff is in your house. Maybe that's why the babies be scared. Or why certain things won't leave you, or why certain people keep feeling like they can come back in your life.
That's deep.
Is there a cursed thing there?
That's deep.
You know what I mean? So, okay. All right, y'all. I love y'all. We about to go. Talk to y'all tomorrow.
Have a good Sunday.
Or later.
Love y'all.
Y'all too. Y'all have a blessed day.
Have a good day, y'all.
Take care, everybody.
Take care, everybody. Love y'all.
Love everybody.
Love y'all.
Good night, y'all.
Good day.
Good night.